Hello and welcome to another episode of Waterproofing Wisdom, and this time I want to talk about when is a waterproofing design worse than useless. And this past weekend I did some DIY and I went into the loft and I pulled out this spirit level because I needed to put up some shelves for the kids. And I honestly haven't seen this spirit level in about 10 years. And I laughed when I saw it because scratched in under the bubble, I hope you can see, is not level. It's a spirit level that's not level. It will not tell you level. In fact, it'll tell you not level. And you can imagine if I tried to put up the shelf and you put in one fixing and then you swing up the shelf and you get it level, and put in another fixing and then it's level. But you can imagine stepping away from the shelf and saying, oh no, it's not level at all. And this spirit level it's worse than useless. It's actually slightly useful for a straight edge and scratched into the yellow elsewhere is used only as a straight edge. But as a spirit level, it's worse than useless. And that's a little bit like some waterproofing designs that we see. And sometimes people produce these documents that have the appearance of being a design, and it'll be 40 pages of text about BS8 102. It'll have a whole bunch of BBA certificates and lots of detailed drawings, sometimes even project specific detailed drawings. But in the small text somewhere it'll say this isn't a waterproofing design. So the example there in the text, somebody's written, we will provide the design team with a suitably competent person with relevant expertise in structural waterproofing. And then in the next line it says, we do not take on the role of the waterproofing designer. And so it gives the appearance of a waterproofing design, but you shouldn't trust it as a waterproofing design. And we see that causing issues a lot. And I'm not trying to have a go at anybody in particular with what's on screen. I've tried to anonymize it. But it has big implications, and one of them is in terms of contract. And BS8 102 has this clause in it that says you should appoint a waterproofing specialist, and appoint is quite a contractual word. And a contract is simply an offer plus acceptance plus consideration. Consideration is just cash or a benefit of some sort. And so when somebody puts forward a waterproofing design that's not a waterproofing design, and it's normally a supplier, often the client will have no contract with that supplier at all. And the only people that would have a contract with that supplier is the contractor. And that contract isn't to design the waterproofing, only to supply goods. And in that scenario, the waterproofing designer, who isn't actually a waterproofing designer, hasn't been appointed to the design team, and the client and the design team have no recourse if something does go wrong. So I wanted to raise that and let people know, make sure that your spirit level is a spirit level before you use it as a spirit level. Make sure your waterproofing design is a waterproofing design before you use it as a waterproofing design. Thanks for watching, and do get in touch if you ever want to talk about basement waterproofing. Thanks.